Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We've got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Right. That reveals the movie of the
Well, everybody's going to see the movie anyway because it's going to be the title. You can't escape the title.
That's true.
Tim.
But they're going to reveal more because not only is it title, it is titles because not only is this
the title.
Is it return to the roots, the return of the two movie format, but it's also the second anniversary of this podcast.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
2 years of
the second
nonsense.
year. 2 years of TwoFold podcast. Okay, I'm done with that.
I think there it is. There it is. 2 years of TwoFold podcast. There you go. TwoFold. 2 years, 2 hosts, 2 movies.
It was always 2 hosts. It was never 3.
Yep.
Never.
2 inputs. One works. One doesn't.
One doesn't. One sucks, and that's mine.
The second Scarlet is needed. That's okay. We were just like troubleshooting technical things, so that's why the mood is.
we were spending like half an hour. I don't know what we were spending, but there we go.
We're spending money. All right,
we're spending hours, wasting time. Anyway, hey, welcome to TwoFold podcast. Hey, baby, it's been a long time.
Yep. Johnny, play the song.
Fantastic.
All right.
I'm so sorry. Tim has to boost my volume levels because mine are dying because my Focusrite is 10 years old, dude. It's gonna be 10 soon.
A time for the second version for the TwoFold audio interface
to rise from the ashes once more.
Yeah. I thought Johnny was gonna he had a lighter in his hands. I thought he's gonna bring out a cake for celebration. Nope. He's just lighting up a cigarette and there he's smoking.
Johnny,
just casually sitting
not
there.
in the studio.
What a day. Okay, so
what a day.
What are we gonna do with this mood? This mood is weird. I got some.
I'm trying to liven it up. I'm trying to give you some some Looney Tunes characters in here. What other characters can I do? Can I do Bugs? I don't know. I
what's
guess
up,
which Bugs? You know what? That sounded like something out of VeggieTales. It sounded like Larry. like a weird
What's
weird,
up, Doc?
Yeah, I know.
Like a weird Larry the
like a
rabbit.
weird Larry the
Strange
cucumber.
Larry.
I'm Larry Boy.
Eh? What do you think? Not bad, eh?
Not bad.
And
Yeah.
I'm Bugs Bunny.
I can't know.
We watched 2 Space Jam movies.
We did. We watched 2 Space Jam movies. I personally, Tim, I'm excited about Space Jam. Space Jam to me was a watershed moment.
I was gonna ask you about that actually. Because I was thinking about this because actually the way I got, we didn't really plan of like a 2 movie thing. I was just back home visiting my parents, and I was with my one of my 2 nieces. One's like 13, one's 10. And we're on Netflix, and the old Space Jam was there. I was like, "You guys ever watched this?" Like, no. So I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny to see. I'll just watch it, and then maybe me and Phil can watch the new one, and it'll be like a duo thing." So I watched it with them.
Okay,
that was interesting. A couple of Gen Z kids watching Space Jam.
How many? I know, right? That's what I wanted to know. Like, how did they see that film?
It was interesting. I don't think I've heard a lot of laughs. I didn't really get if I asked like what did they think. I didn't really get like a good review, just like stuff. I think the most when they were vocal was like recognizing characters. It's like, oh, that's Looney Tunes. So, oh, that guy with the mustache. I know that guy. That's most I got out of that. To be honest, I don't think they got the jokes. I don't think they got most of the references. Those are old. Those are ancient references to things.
They're getting there. Yes, they're ancient for sure.
But yeah, the watershed moment. That's what I wanted to ask you. What's your
challenge
remembrance
you
of Space Jam
to a basketball game
being coming out and everything around it?
Dude, okay, we're just going right into it. We're not even talking about what you've been up to, what I've been up to, and that's fine. That's okay.
I don't know. I guess we started off like that, but yeah. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been
doing nothing. It was really, I mean, I've been doing work, obviously, but I was also doing, I don't know, like these days have been going by very fast, and I've been suffering in the heat. But then the rains came. The rains came in Africa.
The rains of Africa.
The wet season has begun, and everything is great because for the past 2 days it's been like 25 outside. That's Celsius, and I couldn't be more revitalized because I felt like I was living in in like a bakery, but all the ovens were open.
I couldn't. I
weird
completely,
analogy.
I completely relate. No, dude. Like today, it was storm day outside. It was perfect. It was like just after all that heat and all this. Like I was back home, and there it's like an oven turned to 11 just because it's like lower. Like what was that? Like lower altitude than usual where I live. So you feel like an extra atmosphere on you. The air, there's no breeze, there's no wind back home in the village I grew up. It's just like you're in like an oven. And it was the hottest day of the year, so that was dreadful. So coming here, back, and then today was like just the storm came in.
The storms.
I was like, I had this perfect space. If I lay on my couch, I look out of our living room window. There's big trees looking out right behind, and they sway. And it was thunderstorm, and all the windows were open. So there's this nice, cool breeze going, and everything darkened. And I had the reading lamp on. I was reading a book. My daughter was really scared of lightning, so she was just holding on to me for dear life. It was like yeah.
And you were reading your book like some kind of Edgar Allan Poe novel. You're just like, yes, my daughter, my darling.
Yes, my daughter. It will pass. Do not worry. And then,
well, that's great.
So I agree. The winds of Africa. I mean, the rains of Africa were a welcome.
I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I finished recording Jungle Book. That's good.
Ooh.
We finished quote unquote principal recording.
Wow. That has a name.
Getting up every, I don't know, I made that up. I was actually holding up my hands like a quote, like quotes.
Okay, I see. You have good internet now, so we can maybe do video. Wait,
we can do video anytime.
Not right now.
Video
okay.
now. I can't because I don't have a webcam. I need to put my phone up.
You have to go like MacGyver it. Okay, we'll do video next time.
Next time. And it's I mean, me and Alex waking up. Alex, dedicated man, wakes up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Mm-hmm. That's like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. for me, and we both wake up, have coffee, and not together.
So
I mean, I just wait until we record.
Wait. So that actually made you waking up earlier than usual.
Yes, that's right. I've been waking up earlier.
That's ironic because usually that would be the other way around. You're waking up later because someone's in America. But because he wakes up at 4, you get an early schedule.
He wakes up at 4. I wake up at 10. So that's how it's been.
Perfect.
Craziness. Things are going differently. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. That we did that. It's great. Can't wait to start editing it and then working on the sounds, and everything will be fine. It's going on. It's going well. That's all.
Okay. Well, once you have maybe some samples you can put in here or something.
Yeah. I don't want to promote it on TwoFold.
Yeah.
The theme is so different. It's so different.
It's Jungle Book. We did. Didn't we do Jungle Book on this?
Tim, Jungle Book isn't the Disney film. It's really not the Disney film.
I know. It's your thing, But me and Jake used to promote songs here.
Oh, do. I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's
Did you watch
lyrics
anything?
They're on the book. Did I watch any other movies other than Space Jam?
Yeah.
So, a friend of the podcast, his name's Luke Coons. He and his girlfriend were watching the Star Trek films.
Uh-huh.
And when we say the Star Trek films, we mean,
J.J. Abrams,
William
Shatner.
We mean, no. We mean William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, the original. I've only seen one, and that was Wrath of Khan, like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen any of the other ones. So I missed Star Trek 1, 2, 3, and then I was like, okay, I'll watch 4 with you. And so for these past 2 weekends, we were just watching 4, 5, and 6. And honestly, Star Trek's interesting. I should get into that more. I haven't seen a lot.
Did you watch the OG show?
No, we watched it when it was airing in Croatia when I was 13, a little bit. But that's about it. That's the extent of it, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
And
cool.
It takes place in space.
No, okay, let's not. No, that's like the most. That was the. I don't even know what to say.
I'm sorry.
Let's
sorry. I apologize. That was very bad.
That was okay. So let's go back to Space Jam and with a quote. No, I'm gonna leave that quote for later. Well, let's talk about what was our question? Oh yeah, I was asking you
Space Jam.
Space Jam 1996. Oh, okay. So let's we forgot, the 2 movies we're
so
watching.
Excited to talk about Space Jam, but okay,
we have Space
Jam.
On. We watched Space Jam, the original one I said, from 1996, and then we watched Space Jam. It's called Space Jam: A New Legacy.
A New Legacy.
So the first Space Jam movie is about it's a true story. What happened when Michael Jackson?
Story.
When Michael Jackson, Michael, damn it. No, immediately.
Michael Jackson.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Okay.
You want me to a baseball game? No, basketball game with the Looney Tunes?
No. Okay, so Michael Jordan took a hiatus from basketball to play baseball. And this is the true story, what happened, how he got back. Essentially, the Looney Tunes, weird aliens, wanted to kidnap them to put them at their space theme park. And they kind of trick him into a basketball game. But then the space aliens, they steal talent of the best NBA players at the time. And they grow into big basketball monsters. So the Looney Tunes bring the best of the best.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan to play with them, and they had this big game off, and they're losing, but then they use Looney power. They use Bill Murray, and then even Michael Jordan stretches his arm, and they win those evil, and and they don't have to be slaves anymore. And then Michael Jordan makes a bet, and he also returns the talent to the NBA players, and they're like, Michael, don't you want to play? And he's like, yeah, and that's how Michael Jordan.
That's how Michael Jordan got back to
basketball. And then the other movie
is the exact same thing, except
no, I'm not. I think so. LeBron James bullies his child because he doesn't want to play basketball.
He bullies his child. Well, I guess you're right. He's
bullying, and the kid just wants to make video games. Yeah, he wants to make video games about basketball. So an evil algorithm at Warner Brothers kidnaps LeBron and his kid and makes him play baskall against each other.
Against each other, yeah.
And for some reason, LeBron has to use the Looney Tunes, and then this kid has to use genetically modified NBA players.
Yeah,
and then LeBron James teaches his son a lesson by winning him at the game, and now the kid is disheveled and embarrassed because he lost, so he quits his team of genetically modified.
He didn't lose.
No, he's losing. He didn't.
They were about to square off again, but then LeBron just throws his basketball down and goes, "Son, I never
does he?
listened to
Okay, I maybe missed that part."
Yeah,
I was,
and then he gives him a hug.
Okay,
and that's how the day is saved, with true love.
Okay, but then the evil algorithm cheats, so then they use a glitch to cheat into winning as well.
Yeah, they cheat back. Yes,
and then all is good.
And his son, and LeBron is so much more happy to help his son now.
Yeah, because he learned Looney Tunes need to be themselves to win the game, so the kid needs to be himself. And you can't bully him because you're not his coach, you're his dad.
Yeah.
Kids will be different than you. They don't want to play basketball, LeBron. They want to make video games about basketball.
They want to make video games. About basketball.
About basketball. So that's the plot of the two movies. And I think we're returning to TwoFold, and we'll go back to that initial question. But I want to I want to know what you think. I want to not do the whole. We'll talk about the first movie, and we'll talk about the second movie. We just talk about the two movies, as we go along.
Okay.
I was we'll talk about.
This is what we wanted to do, right? This was in the plan. This was in the plan.
It was in the works. Yeah. Let's not do the whole 1 and 2, and then a break. It's I guess we can talk about Space Jam, what it was back in the day. We can start with that.
Because Space Jam, believe it or not, my development years, the Space Jam was important.
Well, let's hear about that. So
let's talk about it, because I have some things to say.
So Space Jam is coming out. What is it? Do you have trailers in 1995 or it's only in 1996?
Dude, yes. Okay, so the earliest thing I can remember about Space Jam, where do kids get their news? Sure, they have going to the groceries and looking at the magazine covers and stuff like that. But, you buy Frosted Flakes, your mom buys your Frosted Flakes, and you turn the back, and it's like, what's this? Space Jam! So that's what I remember. First thing I remember ever about Space Jam was eating cereal and seeing this big, the entire back of the box talking about that logo, Space Jam, right? You see the nerd-like aliens, you see Bugs Bunny, you see Michael Jordan, and it's like a basketball event movie with the Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan. And I said, Space Jam, it's such a funny title because what does jam have to do with anything?
Oh, and then you were not aware of the hip terminology.
Not aware.
You were a white kid eating cereal.
That's right. In Austria as well.
In Austria. Oh, okay. So you're reading in German? So it was like...
Yeah.
And it wasn't translated?
Space Jam? I don't know. No. It's called Space Jam. Just Space Jam. And I was corrected very soon after that. But then I saw some trailers and, my dad took me and Jacob to watch it in February to 1997. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that it wasn't when it came out. It was a little bit later because I think Austria got the movie.
Got it later. Right.
Yeah. And that kick-started the fascination with Michael Jordan and the NBA for a bit. I had a phase. I had a bit of a phase.
Oh, you got to be a bit of phase, Michael phase.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened before Space Jam or after, but I definitely was very much like, Chicago Bulls, yes, they're the best team. Michael Jordan is the best. I love Michael Jordan. I want to play basketball. It inspired me to play basketball, Basketball gave me a newfound, I don't want to say appreciation because I didn't, it was just a hype to be able to play basketball.
It was the thing.
So much so that at one point I begged my mom many, many times so that I could get a Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan jersey.
Wow. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did, but it took a lot of effort because it wasn't cheap.
Oh, it was like an actual the merchandise jersey, whatever.
Yes, and it was reversible. So you could put it inside out and you'd get the black.
It was the red
one,
and white, right?
Red and black, yeah.
No. It was black?
There's a black one. There's a black one. There's a black variant.
Well?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was so happy with that jersey. I was just wearing it all the time.
You got to find a photo of Phil in this Chicago Bulls jersey. You got to look that for. We can put it in the Instagram.
I got one. Don't worry.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh yeah. So that was the thing with me in basketball and stuff like that. And I remember when we visited the States at some point in 1997, and I was just looking for Space Jam stuff and basketball stuff, and I thought it was so cool. But I mean, with every phase, it goes away. It fades away.
Exactly.
But also,
the jersey
Space Jam was not
somewhere in the cupboard.
But Space Jam, the movie itself, represented something that was personally inspiring because I watched it, and for me, the animation, the way it looks, was just jaw-dropping. I loved it because there were you noticed, right? There were these the shadowing for the characters.
Oh, yes. This is the first time I guess you would see the Looney Tunes have that shadowing effect.
Yeah.
Like
they had a wonderful soft shadow over them, and
did you see
rendered like that?
I guess you wouldn't as an adult.
I was gonna say
Roger
I did
Rabbit.
not. Nope. See, that's the other thing. I was aware of Roger Rabbit for sure, but I haven't seen it, and I
So
didn't
this
know
was the
which came
first
first for a long
live
time.
action 3D shadows on the
Yeah,
characters.
blew my
right?
mind.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. I was just there. There's live action and cartoon together. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
So there was just I was just so inspired by what it felt like, and when I watched it, just the look of it felt cinematic to me. And I still get what I was trying to understand at that time, and it's still inside my heart as well. There's something in that movie that felt like the ultimate game, and the environment and the spectacle, and how just these characters come together and they're gonna not fight, they're gonna play some basketball, and it's just it's a big spectator event,
Right. It's the biggest
it's
event.
always been like that.
And
And it had the Looney Tunes in it. And
Were you a big Looney Tunes guy?
I mean, we watched it when we were kids, right? It's always on Cartoon Network. Tim, come on, you gotta admit you did it too.
Yeah,
it's on Cartoon Network all the time.
Yeah, but some kids don't like especially our generations, they would not want to watch Looney Tunes because well, they kind of it's a different kind of humor. They're basically assholes, all of them. I see some kids did not appreciate that kind of humor later on.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I mean, I wasn't
compared
a fan
to something
or
like
anything.
Tom. Well, I guess even Tom and Jerry's a bit.
Tom
but I
and
guess
Jerry's brutal.
It is brutal, but I feel like Looney Tunes also talk. I don't know. Looney Tunes has a lot of references to old when I would watch it. It's funny when the
The
the violence happens, right? That's funny, but then and the wackiness, but the 1,000 references they have to pop culture of their time, you're completely oblivious.
Yeah. I remember there's a few episodes where there were all these caricatures of these celebrities that none of us
exactly,
knew.
and you have no
Clark
idea who that
Gable. Who's that? I don't know.
So Looney Tunes, you were okay, you're
Marx
aware.
Brothers.
Who's your
I was aware, of course.
Well, here's the funny
Who?
thing: the younger of my nieces, she's in that phase of asking what's your favorite color, what's your favorite music, what's
Classic,
She was asking me
classic,
what's
yeah.
your favorite Looney Tunes character. I was like,
Let's go.
I have no idea. I was
Oh,
trying to
you
remember. Oh no, I'm an adult. I don't have a favorite Looney Tunes character.
I mean, not even when you were a kid then.
That's what I was trying to remember. Do I remember?
Interesting.
I would probably say Tasmanian Devil, but I don't know why. Maybe I guess maybe Wild Coyote. Maybe Wild Coyote. That would have
Wile E.
been.
Coyote. He's good. He's good stuff. My favorite, and still my favorite is the duck, Daffy. Daffy is my favorite.
You're a big
I love
Daffy
him.
guy.
Yeah. I find Daffy to be just I don't know what it is. I just love the ducks. There's Daffy, and then there's Donald Duck. I love Donald Duck. He's also great.
They're chaotic.
I don't know.
Neutral, both.
Just some kind of fascination with birds. And after that, then there's Taz. I love Taz because he was this, crazy, beast with a tornado. Come on, it's great. And then there's Wile E. Coyote. I also liked Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
I was very upset when I watched those old cartoons and he never got the Roadrunner.
You never got the Roadrunner. All the hard work.
That's always a thing. That's always a thing. And to an extent, Sylvester, the cat, just because once again, it's get Tweety. I don't, I just got eat the bird. Don't know what it's about me in that, but
I bothered you.
There you go. But yeah, Space Jam to me, this one is just, it's just it's of its time. It's a movie that could only have been done in the 90s when, for some reason, Looney Tunes was popular and Michael Jordan was the biggest athlete, biggest person in the world at the time.
Well,
and you just combine those together, and it's just a very 90s weird movie. And I don't want to keep monologuing, but You noticed how I didn't talk about the movie very much?
Yeah. I mean, so I was reading up on this. I was really curious because
how do they invent something like this?
Yeah, so because like watching both of those movies, you can clearly see that both were made up of like, you know, like the marketing was like nobody ever grew up, you know, and their vision was one day I'm gonna make a movie with Michael Jordan and like that's no one's childhood vision or like, you know, a life goal. It's obviously a marketing you know, idea that's put to a studio and it says, hey, if you make this is how much money you're gonna have. And then but I think the difference between these two is, at least how I felt, is like, yes, they're both based on that. And the first one movie, so it was Nike did a commercial, and they had because you know like the Air Jordans, and they got like license from Warner Brothers to put Bugs Bunny in it. So I can actually send you a link to it. So it was a commercial.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. So that was it. It was just a 1993 commercial, and then Warner Brothers, like, it was successful. People were like talking about it. You know, Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan. So like, yeah, let's do a movie. So but the difference is, and I think then the idea was given into like filmmakers to make the movie. While I feel like this sequel feels like the advertisers or the marketing made the movie. Like it was never handed off. It just feels like it just felt like a really long commercial instead of.
What did you? Because I want to know what you think about Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Well, like to me, like what you said, you know, it was like it was this big. I think for all the kids of our generation, at least, like I guess guys, like the Space Jam was a thing. I remember. I didn't see it in cinema. I remember it came out probably.
No, I meant the new one. Sorry.
No. I just want to say like back then, and a funny story. And my brother's wife, she was taking her brother, who was like 4 years older than me, or 5 years older than me. She was taking him to see it in cinema, and she was asking, "Do you want to come as well?" And I asked my brother, I was like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And he's like, "No, it's a stupid movie." So I was like, "No, I'm not going to go either."
Wait. Who? Your brother is 17 years older than you?
No, my brother's wife's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was closer to my age. So yeah, she was like, "Hey, do you want to go with us?" You know. But my brother said it was a stupid movie, so I was like, "No, I'm not going to go see Space Jam."
Interesting.
I'm gonna stay here and watch my brother play Tomb Raider.
We're so 90s. Look how 90s this is. We're hip and cool.
And then I think in school, like my friend Tomasz, he saw it and he was like, "It's amazing. You know, you got to go see it." But you know, it was too late. Couldn't go to cinema by myself. Couldn't go see it.
It's too late now, Doc.
So I waited until my friend Maggie, she brought the VHS from you, so I borrowed that one.
Oh, yes.
The classical ways of seeing movies.
The classical ways of seeing movies.
So I saw Space Jam, and I think I liked it. It wasn't.
What drew you in?
The thing is that I liked Looney Tunes. I love Cartoon Network, so I watched all that stuff. So they were super excited to have the cartoons, and like same like you, but like I don't know, like back in the 90s, like. Michael Jordan was a really big star. Like, even if I wasn't a basketball kid, but I had a Chicago Bulls hat.
There you go.
I had, everyone knew Chicago Bulls. Everyone, it was a thing. So, but I think I really just enjoy the movie. I think that movie, the Space Jam original, it's very tight as a movie, and I think I enjoyed watching it as a kid, like watching the movie. Like, there's a nice tight flow, and it's like really simple. And you could just like jam with it, you put it on. I would usually skip the intro credits.
Oh, the intro credits. Those were so good.
Come and have a jam, and I was like, I don't want to watch these lights.
Come and have some jam.
Come and have some jam. Welcome to the slam.
I remember always skipping that intro. Just like, this is so long. I don't want to look at these lights. But the funny thing is, it was like watching it. I didn't mind it this time, but the kids were like, "How long is this intro?" And I was like, "I feel you, kids. I feel you, kids." As a kid,
you see what I mean?
Skip it.
Just like, if you were in the 90s and it was Michael Jordan mania, you would be like, "Yes, look, it's Michael Jordan's career unfolding in our eyes with music by the Quad City DJs. Come on and slam and welcome
Did you think
to
like
Japan."
that?
No.
No,
but I was kind of I thought when I was watching it sometimes when I was a kid on VHS, I thought that, ooh, this is not that I remember exactly what I thought, but for some reason I feel like, yeah, this is legitimate art, like it's showing Michael Jordan's career.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like there was, it was a marketing thing, and they did it, and people liked it, and they wanted to do a sequel immediately. And I think for a couple of years, like Michael Jordan wasn't interested, so they dropped that. Then they had like a couple of years when they wanted to do like different types of jams. Like they wanted to do, the original director wanted to do with Tiger Woods, like a golf jam.
That doesn't sound great. That's stupid.
There was a bunch of them. They're all pretty terrible, except one when it was 2000s and skateboarding was really big. They were going to do Skate Jam with Tony Hawk, which was like, I would love to have seen that didn't exist. They should have made. But I think that Skate Jam.
You're Tony Hawk, the famous skateboarder.
With like pop punk song, like Blink in there or something.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
It would influence a bunch of other kids.
Avril Lavigne.
I know we're kind of like going left and right with this, but I forgot to mention
what?
Space Jam, the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
That.
The funny thing is, I actually heard the soundtrack before I saw the movie.
Yeah, I think I don't know about me. I can't remember that far back.
Because my brother then had this soundtrack.
Yeah, I have a story about that soundtrack. That's something for me.
Well, what's the story about your soundtrack? Was it?
So,
I know. I remember you bringing this. Like you were listening.
Of course.
You like that song for the monsters. When they go, hit 'em high, hit 'em high,
hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high. You hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low. Yeah. I still remember most of the lyrics.
You were jamming on.
I'm not gonna sing that.
I think me and you were like listening. When I visited you guys in Austria, I think me and you were listening to Space Jam.
Yeah. It introduced me to a lot of different, like, to these genres, and it introduced me to, not that I followed it or anything, as you know, because I know squat about any popular artists, but that soundtrack, I remember that was the first thing I bought with my own money. I actually saved money.
That's amazing.
Yep, I saved money. I remember how much it was. It was 200 shillings.
Wow.
Austrian, 200 shillings or 250, I don't know, something like that. And I saved for what seemed like months. It was probably weeks, but I saved money. My parents gave me like a very small amount of money for an allowance. Philip, be responsible. Try to save money. And
spend it all on Space Jam.
And I remember waiting, like I remember going to the bookstore or whatever, where they had CDs, and I'm like, there it is. Someday I'm going to get that album. And I remember the night I was able to get it because I finally finished saving that money, and I'm like, I'm buying Space Jam. But we had to go to some kind of 16th century performance musical.
Oh, once in Austria.
Performed by blind people.
Okay.
That was interesting. I still can remember a few of these scenes in that performance. Whereas
you were just sitting there thinking about Space Jam.
Yes, because I'm 7. You know what I mean? This is honestly, thinking back at that, it's so interesting. Blind people performing a stage like musical.
Yeah.
And I still remember like that, they didn't have eye contact, right? Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that I remembered. And I also remember there was always some stage hands on the sides who were making sure they didn't fall off the stage as well. So cool. Interesting. But no, all I was thinking of was
these blind people
welcome
need to stop
to the
so I can
jam.
go buy my Space Jam.
Exactly. And I was like, I hope the store doesn't close after. I hope it doesn't close. Or I think we bought it before, and then I went. And
you were holding it in your hands. Just want to go home. Yes,
I was. I was opening it. I was opening the inlay cards, and I'm like, when I get home, I can listen to this because we didn't have a CD player in the car. That's how long ago.
Oh, yeah. You probably had. What did you have? Did you have like one of those like portable?
Tape. No, we didn't have a portable one yet. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, one of the big racks. You put it in there.
Oh, yeah, we had a big rack. And we had a big rack at home. So I remember when we got home and I rushed up, it was like, 9 p.m. or something. And I opened the CD and I put it in that big family CD player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Popped it in. And then I went, track 1, no, track 2, track 3, yes. everybody get up. And then my mom was like, Jacob's sleeping, do this tomorrow.
Oh no. Did you have
And I'm like, I'll
headphones?
do it quiet. Shh. Yeah, okay, I'll listen to this tomorrow. The whole soundtrack to me is just, I don't know, I love all of it. I don't know, it might be nostalgia. I know that some of the songs are cheesy, but every one of those songs is just magical to me. It has that 90s glow to it. Because that R&B music. Have you listened to it, Tim?
Like recently, I don't know. I mean, like a lot of those songs are like classics at this moment. Not the hip hop stuff. I think like the Seal song, and then the I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
stuff.
I Believe I Can Fly was just like so emotional for me when I listened to it when I was a kid.
really? I don't know. I don't think I was like that jazzed about this soundtrack myself.
I will
I want
cross
to listen
the
to it 'cause it's a
ocean
movie.
for you.
I like that.
I will go and bring you the moon.
I like that house song in there when they're getting ready. When the I remember listening to that one. I guess
Wait, which
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Which one? That one?
Oh yeah, I remember the cover of the CD, like with the faces, with like Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and like Bugs Bunny.
Michael Jackson. He
I
has
keep calling him Michael Jackson. Not
it was a great
as
remix
joke.
of Smooth Criminal on there.
Not as a joke. This is hilarious.
Look, Space Jam. I also like traced the poster because there was like a poster in a magazine, and it was like I thought it was one of the coolest, most cinematic posters ever. Now, if we looked for it, probably not, but I loved it that I tried tracing it, and that's how I started trying to learn how to draw Looney Tunes characters.
But that's hilarious because that's exactly the same thing. Like me and my friend Tomasz, like that was me trying to draw something else than like kids drawing, like trying to emulate like a style. Like I remember specifically like trying to figure out, looking at the picture and figure out Bugs Bunny and figure out like, I don't think I could do Lola. That was way too hard. Like Bugs Bunny,
Dude.
And I remember like back in the day, we used to have these things in school called a pametnik. Basically, you had this like notebook, and you would give it to someone, and they would take it for a couple of days, and they drew you like a picture.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and you would like just.
I found the poster.
Okay, let me see the photo. So like, and I remember. Oh, okay, that's pretty cinematic.
That's my cinematic poster. that I was
Michael Jordan looks really weird. Like he looks like
He
somebody
looks-
he looks like in Men in White when that guy's wearing the human suit. That's what he looks like.
You mean Men in Black?
I call him Men in White. Damn it.
Oh man, Tim,
today.
you're broken today?
But like, I also remember the logo being like something, not the Toon Squad logo. Like that's like completely weird. Like I was actually surprised watching the movie that why are they not wearing the Space Jam logo on their jerseys? Why do they have this stupid whatever it says there, Toon Squad? But the Space Jam, like being like trying to figure out how to write like bold letters, like tracing the letters, and then also doing the rings.
Yes, me too.
And then the J being 3D, like it, like sticking, like figuring that part out, like how to draw, like you have to connect it. So I remember specifically, like
totally
influential on
well.
like just design and also drawing. So that's hilarious.
Yeah. The excitement for me for Space Jam was also just the fact that it was like such an event. They pulled it off as like an event, and for a kid like me, I was just thinking today, like, you don't look at the details at all, and you're just thinking about how Michael Jordan is with Bugs Bunny and all the Looney Tunes because they have to fight for their for their freedom,
to be loony,
for their right to be loony with these. Like these like really strong and scary
I think you loved them. Like, I remember talking to you when we were kids.
I love the Monstars.
Yeah. The Monstars were like really big. Like that was like
yeah, I still think they're pretty cool. even though
but
there's so much I wanted to
crop
it
top.
Sucks. Yeah, but crop tops are in now.
No. I mean, I think it was a kid. I was like confused by that. Was that like a lady or not? Like I remember as a kid, I was like, why does that one have a crop top? And why doesn't one of them breathe fire?
I know. there's so much for me to talk about that I'm trying to distill it into something. But I guess what I could say in general with Space Jam was just the combination of the music, the combination of Looney Tunes, the combination of live action, like biography with Michael Jordan, like the real life story of Michael Jordan, putting all that together and turning it into like an event. It's not called Looney Tunes anything. It's just called Space Jam. Is like the sum of its parts, kind of like overall created some kind of magical, like epic thing. And to me, that just influenced me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah, like a big event.
Yeah, it's like it's great, like because it's greater than any of the parts. You know what I mean? The whole Space Jam.
Yeah. Like the whole package is just too. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. We talked a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
But the movie itself is stupid.
Yeah, okay, let's do it like this. So here, I put it into 3 sections. We're going to talk about compare three things among these 2 movies.
Let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
So the first one is basically like plot, premise, like story experience, right? What is it about? And I think rewatching 2 of these, I think I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting, like a lot of these things from your childhood that we rewatched, it's kind of disappointing.
Yes.
So I was actually surprised how much I enjoyed watching Space Jam and how much it...
I want to know. I want to know.
How much it didn't suck as I thought it would suck, as far as like even like the cringy stuff of like, the Dennis helping him out and all the music, the 90s music going bloop, 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 like in the magical Back to the Future.
Jones.
The Back to the Future stinger, like music stings, like something magical is happening. All this stuff, like I really didn't mind. I was just like, I was having a good time watching it. While the new movie, that was sadder than Scoob. I was really depressed watching the new movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, it's okay. I was really like literally like it put me in a bad mood just watching it. Just like of just tiredness, of just depressed, of just I couldn't find a redeeming factor. And as it doesn't happen that often. Like I can find some pleasure in garbage, but this was just like this, like Scoob. It was just this level of yuckiness to me. Just like ugh. What do you think of if you compare the 2 as far as like the movie itself, like the plot?
Yeah, I've been trying to think about how to compare these 2 because they're pretty similar. Because the premise is very similar. It's like the same beats. I mean, this new movie starts with the flashback, just like Michael Jordan's.
Kid.
Except I think the difference with Michael Jordan's, like the first ones, just felt like it was going to be a Michael Jordan biopic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of related to like
it felt rustic and homey and
sets up like the whole him going baseball thing. While the new one is completely unrelated. He gets like a Looney Tunes Game Boy for some reason.
Yeah, Game Boy game. Yeah, for some reason his friend just gives it to him. He's like, "This is cool."
I thought it's gonna be connected, like he enjoyed as a kid watching Space Jam, because I think him as a person enjoyed Space Jam as a kid. So, it's gonna be somehow the inspiration is gonna like there's gonna be a connection. No, it's just a coach like yelling at him not to play.
No, it's games. Just his coach was just like, "No, you shouldn't get distracted. You weren't giving it your all," and that just becomes a plot.
And they just flash forward to like bullying
to when he talks to his
styles.
son. His son is telling his son, "You shouldn't be distracted with these computer games." Why? Because I did that once in 1998, and the coach yelled at me.
Exactly, and it shaped my entire, persona. I mean, it's like if you compare the 2, like I said at the beginning, like even as a kid, I think not knowing, I appreciated like how tight the movie is as far as its plot and what's happening. It's like really direct, and it's all leading up to this game, and it kind of makes sense as the direction it's going.
Yeah.
And I think even
Michael Jordan's missing, right? Remember that? And then Stan Podolak's trying to find him again. And the subplot with the basketball players.
Yes.
Who lost their talents. And they play it off like a comedy movie. It doesn't feel like a Looney Tunes movie at all.
No. And you got Bill Murray, and they're all talking about it. It's
and there's Bill Murray.
Did you? Like, here's the funny thing. Like, I watched that movie a lot as a kid. I had no idea who Bill Murray is. It was so funny watching. It's like, oh, that's Bill Murray. That's like, it was just this guy who I thought it was like, maybe that's like Michael Jordan's friend, like his good friend.
Yes. I didn't know who that was either.
There's also in the old one, there's like when they're stealing the talents, there's these two people there like playing like, are those celebrities? I don't know that yet. Are they celebrities?
Okay, I know the first guy, the man. I don't know who the woman is, but the man, that's Dan Castellaneta.
Who's that?
He's the voice of Homer Simpson.
Oh, okay. So that's what I mean. Like I was just like surprised. Like, oh, that's Bill Murray, that guy. Like, it's so funny. Like, I knew that I've seen the movie like 100 times, but I had no idea who that guy is.
Yeah, I know. It's such a bizarre film that kind of works, but it's also very stupid at the same. Because like I don't know, it's not Looney Tunesy enough either.
No.
Like, it has no strengths. It has no strengths. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that's like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so classic,
Yeah, there's not a joke or anything like that like became exactly like classic from the Looney Tunes. I think it's got like a lot of that like, okay, like Looney Tunes doing their classic bits, the interaction, and then like the kind of like stuff in this movie is like references to pop culture. It's like, oh, you see, back then it's like Daffy Duck in like, like 90s baggy clothes, while in this new movie you have Porky Pig rapping. It's that kind of stuff. Like, that's the same,
Yeah,
it's like referencing, like, you have these old characters from old cartoons doing modern things. It's like, and that's funny, haha. Like, they're the same. But I gotta say, my second topic that I wanted to compare is like the Looney Tunes themselves. How do they compare? In the old ones, I think it was a little bit more. Besides like doing, violence, like that cartoony violence, like it was a lot of that like cross-dressing and then Bugs Bunny kissing Michael Jordan and all this stuff, like this like raunchy stuff, that's all gone in the new one. They're super vanilla.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Like,
that's
they're just like, just being wacky. That's it.
The Looney Tunes in the but okay, to the credit of the new film, I'm going to give it some points by saying that I kind of liked the idea that there was a story involved where Bugs is in Looney Tune land and no one's there anymore. Remember? And he's looking and like,
but what has it got to do with anything?
You're right. I don't know. Like, it has nothing to do with like, you're right.
It has no consequence except they just really didn't know how to get LeBron to have a team of like it's
Looney Tunes.
Why did they leave? Why were they gone in the first place?
Okay. You got me there. I was just, as usual, I just go on face value and I'm like, that's kind of nice, because then Bugs has this, want to get back with his Looney Tune friends, and it's kind of, that's something we've never seen with Looney Tunes, because they always start off, in every cartoon,
it feels so out of character. Like this weird, like, they're a camaraderie of friends who care for each other. No, what?
That's so true as well. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I was looking at it a little differently.
Like, when they were in the original one, they're fighting for their freedom. So obviously they're going to band together. As soon as that is over, they're going to be at each other's throats.
Yeah.
But this is like, you're Bugs, right. I miss my friend.
Okay.
It's
you're
weird.
Right. And now that I'm thinking about it, you're right.
It's so like out of like, it really like, forced in, like, I don't know, it's strange, like none of it like the Looney Tunes. Well, I have to say,
at this point in the movie, when he goes to Looney Tune land, I was kind of okay with the film so far. I was like, I mean, it's not that bad, I guess. I don't like it, but it wasn't that bad. What were we gonna say about the Looney Tunes? Yeah, they were all like just very soft, very
nothing, and it's like nerfed. It's just like, okay, do the Looney thing. I don't know. It felt weird, and then it got really weird when they turned CGI.
Oh, yes,
that was some.
Not just that, but what did you think of how they made LeBron James come into Looney Tune land and he is now a cartoon now.
I don't know. I mean, it really wasn't.
I
I was like that. That was a better option than
What?
him being real and them being weird CGI like fur texture creatures. Like it was
yeah.
with the dead eyes. It was weird.
I hate it.
was
The CGI,
really
the
strange.
CGI characters were no good.
No,
I
it
don't
was
care.
strange.
I don't care what the reasoning was, and I don't care even if they said in the movie like, "Oh, this is." They didn't want to get transformed into CG versions, because like in the story, they get transformed into CG versions to fight in the to play in the basketball game, and they don't like that. So when they win, they turn back.
It's
But
probably a lot
I didn't
cheaper
like
than
it.
to animate everyone.
I guess so. I
Probably,
don't know
yeah.
what that was all about.
It was strange.
I didn't like it. Didn't like it. But I
No.
think what made me not care anymore, what little care I had for the new James Bond. What was I saying? Space
with
Jam.
the James Bond movie.
I think that beats your Michael
I think-
Jackson.
I think that one's way out there.
What I couldn't stand was when they go to the different other worlds.
Oh yeah, it's like
Oh man.
it's like what
Let's
year
go
is
through it. Let's go through it.
That's
Tim, let's go
early
through it.
2010. What Lego Movie did it.
Yes.
It's over, Warner Brothers. You can't keep doing the same trick over and over. Go. Let it be.
This is what it feels like the entire movie is about.
Exactly. This goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. Like, obviously, both of these movies were an idea from the marketing team. Obviously, it's
Clearly.
like Warner Brothers. Like, we have all this stuff. Everyone's stopped caring about DC. Everyone stopped caring about Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. We need to let everyone know we
jeez.
still all have all this stuff. So let's do a movie and we showcase everything. We have this 20-minute, and then the rest of it you can do your movie. And it's like, it's not surprising. Like, I was reading the other day, I was watching the new MCU Loki.
Yeah.
And I was just there's at the end there's this new character, and I was like,
Spoiler.
yeah, I'm just saying.
I watched it, by the way. I watched the whole
okay,
thing.
cool. Okay. So I was like, I don't know who this is, so I'm going to like read up on it. And I was like reading up on the character. And it got to this, I was like reading up, well, okay, what's the future of MCU? Where can I take this? And like about like all the storylines from the comics. And one was the storylines, I was laughing my ass off at the name. It's called Secret Wars. And I was
Secret
like,
Wars is awesome, dude.
I was like,
Secret
what is?
Wars.
I was like, okay, they have Infinity War, they have Civil War, they have, I don't know, they have the Secret War. Like, what is the
the
stupid
Secret
name?
War.
Secret, what is it? Like in somebody's bedroom, like they're stabbing each other, you know? And I was like reading about
No,
it.
it's on another planet.
I know, I read the plot, but I read the origin of it, and it's basically Marvel had a deal with Mattel for making toys, and basically Mattel said, hey, we need make new toys. And can you make up like new characters and new like outfits and like new weapons? And we did the marketing research, and kids react to these keywords the most: secret and war. So make something out of that. So it's like, and this, like, I'm not surprised that marketing comes up with ideas and then creative people do it, but at least let the creative people do something with it. This was just
This was awful.
Ad.
So let's see. Let's go back. Let's just for people who haven't seen the film.
Yes.
Let's just say what happened. So LeBron James gets sucked into the matrix of the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, like their server room or
internet.
something like
Yeah,
that.
their
like
server room.
Algorithm sucks
Instead
him
of-
in there.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
in the
So
virtual
instead of playing golf
reality
with
world.
Larry Bird and Bill Murray and Stan Podolak, Wayne Knight, he goes into the server room, gets sucked in there with his son.
Yes.
And then he gets into the loser place, which is the Looney Tunes land.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
the algorithm is given this offer, like, hey, be my part. I don't understand that.
the
part.
algorithm played by Don Cheadle.
Yeah, the worst performance by Don Cheadle ever recorded in human
okay.
history. Look. Here's this movie has some really hard lines that even Don Cheadle, the Emmy, Don Cheadle, the Emmy nominated
Hotel
actor,
Rwanda.
couldn't handle some of those. Some of those expositions were,
They were bad.
delicious. But he gives him an offer. LeBron's like, no, I'm not doing none of your nonsense. So he's like, I'll make you pay. You have to play a basketball game. for some reason. I can't remember.
For some reason, because he's a basketball player.
Yeah. So here I'll throw, and there's this visual representation of all their properties,
Worlds.
like they have rights for as little planets,
little
like little mini planets.
Yeah.
And he chucks him into the Looney Tunes planet for some reason. No reason whatsoever. He's just chucked there.
She's just thrown in, and he turns into a Looney Tune, and then he and Bugs get out of that planet to look for all the other Looney Tunes who are scattered around the different worlds, Tim.
Well, they don't. LeBron is like, oh, I have to play a basketball game, but we're in the Warner Brothers universe. I can pick any character. I don't know why LeBron knows what kind of rights Warner Brothers has, but
That's what I was thinking as well. I thought they would make a joke about it. Like, oh,
Yeah,
can we get
no,
Iron
no.
Man? You
no, it's like he knows exactly every single like
Yeah.
property. So he's like Superman, Iron Giant, King Kong. Who knows that Warner Brother owns King Kong? No one.
No,
I don't know that.
I was
don't know
surprised as
that.
well. Yeah, I didn't. I honestly didn't know that either because King Kong's copyright is dubious. And
But
weird
LeBron does
because
know.
he's so old.
Didn't even look
LeBron
on his
knows.
phone. Why do I keep calling LeBron? Is it LeBron?
It's LeBron.
So LeBron knows, and he doesn't even have to
There
take
we
out his
go.
phone to check Wikipedia. He's like, I got
hilarious.
this. But Bugs
Okay,
Bunny
but Tim
has an alter ego, and he's just pretending to go get Superman, but he's secretly getting all his old friends who, for some reason, went to these other planets and tried to like incorporate. Like Daffy wants to be Superman. Oh, there's oh no, I remembered.
Yes,
Phil. I
yes,
remembered.
Tim. Yes, we're gonna get to that part.
Talk about like, oh god, like how much of a movie this ad is that they did.
What
that.
a stretch!
Because
So bad.
Because
So bad.
the sequel is coming out.
Yeah. What kind of Matrix hell is this?
Oh man, so Jacob, listen, listen what they did. So listen, this is for you, Jacob. So they
They go to Superman land. They go to
It's like a
Harry
comic
Potter
book land.
land.
Harry Potter land. I don't know who's there. They go to Game of Thrones land. They go to Casablanca land. And then they also go to Lola Bunnies and like Wonder Woman. And that was the longest sequence. This is hilarious.
It was a long
It's so
sequence.
bad. That's awkward. But that grandma, the Tweety's grandma, Tweety's grandma is in Matrix world.
The Matrix world. Yes.
Her and Tweety are in
And
the
they-
Matrix world. And it's like actual shots of the movie, but then instead of Trinity, it's the grandma working on the
It's
computer.
the grandma. Yep. I hated every minute of that.
They
and then
even have
Speedy
the
Gonzalez was
song.
there.
The mind. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't the Minefields. What was the song? Was it? I can't remember. And this is
We
not
did a whole Matrix podcast we don't remember.
yeah. And this is not the only time they mentioned Matrix. They mentioned Matrix 3 like 3 times in this movie,
Dude.
which is like, hey guys, Matrix 4 is
Dude,
coming
but
out. Don't
Speedy
forget.
Gonzalez doing the bullet time thing.
Oh no, Speedy was there. It wasn't Tweety. It was Speedy and the grandma. Yeah, and with his like racially insensitive accent, doing bullet time in slow
Well, look,
motion.
all the. I hated it so much.
It was like I think that was like yeah.
I
was
cringed.
Just, like,
I
done.
cringed. I looked away. I looked away from the screen. I couldn't.
I think-
I was just like moving my eyes up and down and waiting for it to stop.
Whatever. I guess like a reservation. What's the opposite of reservation? I guess whatever benefit of the doubt you gave the movie.
Yeah.
Before that, you lost it. It was just
Oh
done.
yes,
Like, you-
instantly lost it.
You would not care whatever happens after that whole sequence when they're jumping through the universes. And the thing is like, okay, so they have all these, these characters. At least in the Lego movie, they use them. Like Batman is like a big character in there, right? And here, after all that, all they do with all these amazing properties, they make him like the crowd in the background.
Yeah, they're just the crowd in the background
That's it.
watching the
Hey,
incredibly well designed and fleshed out enemies play against the Toon Squad
Yeah.
and LeBron James.
It's just. I thought they're gonna pick like then he fails to pick it's Space Jam. It doesn't have to be even Looney Tunes. Just do like biggest heroes fighting with LeBron and you the
But
villains.
we're marking on the fact that all the kids that watched Space Jam are adults and they want to see Looney Tunes in a basketball player.
It's like, just do that. Just forget about the Looney Tunes. Maybe Bugs Bunny can be one of them. It doesn't matter.
Nostalgia.
Get Harry Potter.
Eh.
Get Bugs Bunny, Harry Potter. I don't know.
Smith.
Not. They have to get Neo in there. Or Trinity.
Oh, Neo.
Yeah, get Carrie Ann
I liked
Moss in there.
The only thing that I liked was Trinity on the whiteboard, one of the lists of the players.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, Trinity. But that's why, because they were there. So, and they're just in the background. And it's like the penguin and then the nun.
Oh, it sucked. Dude, I hated it. I hated everything about that.
So Don Cheeto is doing his lines, and he's like being angry when his team is losing. And in the background, it's like the same 5 characters.
Yes.
And so who's that? I saw the penguin.
With
With weirdest makeup. There was
Arnold
the nun.
Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze, and then the stupid nun from those horror movies was there,
From
wasn't she?
the nun, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
It's either that or Sister Act. I don't know.
There was like Agent Smith.
Was
or
an
something
agent, a random agent, dude.
Yeah, random agent. There was King Kong in there. There was Iron Giant, poor Iron Giant, and then there was Game of Thrones characters like the White Walkers. Remember that?
Oh, just like the fodder, who no one cares. We don't have the rights for the big stars. We'll just use whatever. We just put these. So yeah. So
dude.
So
I'm sorry,
else?
man, but like this was just like it was, and all of the makeup, the weird makeup, they all looked like porn parody versions.
It was really like the Halloween,
bad.
Like the one you buy at Amazon.
The Halloween Superstore. Yes, I just knocked my hairbrush away. Just threw across my hairbrush. I can't talk anymore.
And I'll talk about you mentioned the big event, and like when I was a kid. Like I remember all the gags and like the how that game progressed, like the ups and downs.
Yes.
They're
but
winning.
It's also because you got
the big guy, the bad guys in the original Space Jam, the Monstars are winning, and then they do the Looney Tunes things, and then like that whole process.
I wanted to say
when they're
this
announcing them, Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Like you felt.
I wanted to say that the first Space Jam. First of all, it's just a stadium, but that was enough, in my opinion. It was epic to me, right?
Yes.
It was just like an indoor stadium, and it made me feel so made me feel like so excited, like just the fact that it's a stadium, everyone's watching, and it's a basketball game, and it feels like you could do that too someday. You know what I mean? Just this kind of
okay. It doesn't.
Not that I wanted to, but it's just that the feeling.
Your
was
imagination, you got you in there. I guess I wasn't as far. I wasn't dreaming of playing with Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan.
Okay.
But compared,
I was dreaming about that for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
But compared to this movie, where it's the basketball court is like this a weird version of the kids. LeBron's kids video game, so it's all like digital and like neon lighty, right? Like this, like Hollywood. What Hollywood thinks of user interface. Just imagine that. Just imagine every stupid science fiction movie of the last 20 years and what Hollywood thinks user interfaces look like. That's how the court looks.
That's exactly how it is. Yeah.
The Looney Tunes are all really weird CGI. Then the enemies are all like these CGI
super
mutants.
well designed, and everyone loves them. They're
like,
I mean, look, the monsters are nothing special, but compared to these guys, the Goon Squad, come on.
Oh, Goon Squad, yeah. And so there's like these thousands.
You have
of crowds.
to admit, right?
Yeah. On the other side, there's like real humans they sucked into the game, and on the other side,
right.
It's all these B characters from their own. And all of it is drenched in color and everything. Like I literally had to close my eyes after like 15 minutes of watching.
It was bad.
It was like
I couldn't see.
You have no idea what to concentrate on.
Mm-hmm. The first one, like I said, kept it on ground level, and it was exciting enough. But what I wanted to say, what you were saying, the progression of the game is super simple, and I think that was good because first, like the first section was just monsters just beating the crap out of everyone, right?
Yeah.
then they're cheating, right? I mean, no one talks about it cheating in that movie, but they were just, using physical violence to get their way because they're huge and big and mean, and they have, and they're just throwing those balls in the basket. And then there's a halftime, and they're just demoralized Looney Tunes, and Michael Jordan's like, "You got to get yourselves together," and they get the secret stuff. And then
that's the only thing that works.
The secret stuff was a good joke. I like that one. And then the Looney Tunes, they fight back in the next round, and it's fun and exciting because they're doing Looney Tunes stuff. Granted, it could have been a lot better, but they're doing it.
It's still cheesy, It's like it's got like a cheesy song on, and everyone's like cheering, and you're like, ha ha ha, jolly feeling in my stomach.
I thought it was fun.
And then somebody does something, and Lola Bunny reacts laughing. It's like it's still cheesy. Exactly.
And then Swackhammer goes, time out, and then he's like, they raise the stakes. Michael Jordan was here, didn't even believe Bugs was real, and now he's out risking his life, his freedom for the Looney Tunes and his NBA friends, even though he's a father of three.
Yeah,
he's a father of three and a married man, but no,
risking his life.
Risking his life. He's a true hero. And then the intense part starts where the monsters double down on their ferocity, right? And then Bill Murray comes to help and save the day in 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Left. And then Michael Jordan believes in himself because of the Looney Tunes physics and does the scoring.
Stretch arm strong.
See, simple.
I was always weirded out by that as a kid.
I think it's weird as well. It's just so weird. And so what happens in the new one?
What? I don't know. Something. It's weird. It just ends kind of like
lots of camera work, just zipping around. I can't remember anything. Grandma
zipping around.
Granny doing the Matrix again.
They try to do the whole thing again. There's like this like they try to get the whole like, oh, Looney Tunes are gonna win now by doing Looney things.
Yeah,
but like because of the visuals and everything.
In the first one, it was subtle.
No, I wasn't even. I think at the level of like the jokes and what they're doing, I would say they're similar. I think it was a little clearer in the first one just because of the visuals. In the second one, I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, but what did you think of the joke where we got him? We got Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, it was a Michael B. Jordan.
It was Michael B. Jordan.
It was funny to see somebody actually act well for a second, which brings me to the second topic, the third topic. Sorry,
yes.
The third comparison.
Are we doing it? We're doing it. Yes. Let's go.
Compare Jordan to LeBron.
LeBron.
I was LeBron James.
Michael
here's
Jordan.
A simple fact. Maybe people made fun of Michael Jordan, because he was an athlete, but he is Marlon Brando compared to this, to whatever this was.
Oh, sorry. What?
This was,
no, you kidding me?
Dude, LeBron is a terrible actor. That was horrible. It was horrible.
Honestly, no, I disagree. I think that Michael Jordan, I was going to bring
Michael
this
Jordan
up.
was so much more comfortable at doing that.
Okay.
I feel like LeBron is like when you make your like aunt act in your movie and they're like you just feel them like they're gonna look at the camera waiting for the take to end.
Really?
That's what it felt like the entire time.
Because like for me, I always felt that Michael Jordan's acting, as I was older now watching it, I just feel like he's reciting lines and that's all he does really, and all his reactions are kind of like outtakes that he actually, he wasn't acting to, so they just took that.
Maybe that's why it worked. Maybe he wasn't acting. Maybe he was just like, like it feels like a man.
I'm a baseball player now.
But I think it works with the plot. I think he's just like there to do his job.
Because
he feels like Michael. He feels like Michael Jordan. Just Michael Jordan's in that situation. Honestly,
that's
like
right.
It's like
you're right.
Let's do the game.
Okay,
let's play
that
the
makes
game.
sense.
Oh, you guys are funny. This is and that's it because it's very simple. Like it's shaped like the first one is shaped like it's a movie about Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan is basically incidental. The whole plot is driven by Looney Tunes. Right. It's because like if the Looney Tunes didn't have this trouble with these aliens, Michael Jordan would just play his baseball and that would be the end of it. Like that, his plot had no effect on itself. It's the
You're right.
catalyst of everything is the Looney Tunes. In this movie, the Looney Tunes is just incidental. The fact that he falls on that stupid little planet of Looney Tunes is the reason why he plays with Looney Tunes. That's the only reason. There's no connection. The driving force is him, his story with his kid, and therefore you need actual acting to be able to pull off the scenes they're asking there, right?
You're right.
There was no heart-to-heart talk at the end with Michael Jordan to his kids. The kids were just like supportive. There was none of that. Here, they try to make that whole thing, but he's not an actor. He can't do that. That was
You're
really
right.
awkward.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I agree with you. I think in that context, you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah, like, sure, when he's playing basketball and he's reacting to Looney Tunes, it's fine, whatever. Like, it's the same as Michael Jordan. But when he's bullying his kid for not playing basketball, it's like really weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, but I guess you had
Right.
a different feeling when you're watching. That's okay.
Yeah, it seems so. For me, it just really felt like I don't care. What am I talking about anymore? Oh, by the way, fun fact. You know who was the voice of Bugs
What?
Bunny in the first Space Jam?
Face Jam. I don't know who was it.
Billy West.
Oh, pretty good job. Bugs Bunny felt off, like the voice here. Who's doing it now?
The new one?
Mm-hmm. John DiMaggio. Did I lose you, Phil? What happened?
I'm looking, and I just wanted to pause for a second.
I just no reaction to my stupid
Jeff
jokes,
Bergman.
Jeff Goldman. Good.
Jeff
God.
Bergman, voice actor Jeff Bergman, voice of he's the first to replace Mel Blanc as the voice of Bugs Bunny.
So OG.
So yeah, Jeff Bergman is more of a Bugs Bunny than
That's true.
Billy West, but I tend to prefer Billy West's voice more.
What
It's a lot
more can
higher.
I say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the truest bunny.
something.
Yeah, I think maybe because of our 90s kids, maybe we're used to that.
Yeah,
more.
and also
Maybe.
and also Daffy Duck's voice in Space Jam was done by D. Bradley Baker, who's another big voice actor. He does for TV or animated shows and stuff like that, and that's also my favorite Daffy voice. Maybe because I can do it the best. I can.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
To your
what did we
house
learn?
in 3D land?
What did we learn today comparing these two movies?
We learned that I could talk more about the old Space Jam, but we're running out of time. So
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
that's the end. That's it. This is it. I mean, I just
that's it. No more Space Jam.
no more Space Jam.
No more.
It was don't let your marketing direct a movie. Let filmmakers make a movie.
That was one of the great things about Space Jam is that I think I read a whole there's some websites that actually publishing websites
Like
you know what I'm talking about,
the Daily Bugle.
like Wired Wired or something like that,
Okay.
where they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have like a whole the oral history of such and such film.
Mhm.
They have articles like that are fairly long. And there was one for Space Jam that I read, that Jake read as well.
Uh-huh. What did you?
And it came down to the experience, it was kind of behind the scenes of people who worked on it, especially the people who were in the animation branch.
Yeah.
And they just said, oh, it was actually a really fun experience. We were just throwing out ideas and, doodling and making up characters. And yeah, it was fun.
Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
references.
So I think I think that might be the difference between this Space Jam and that Space Jam.
This and
The
that
new Space
Jam.
Jam.
The new Space
Yeah, the new
Jam.
Space Jam is definitely directed by. Oh, it's Sarah Silverman's in this film too. I forgot about that.
Yep. And the guy from Walking Dead.
Yeah, I really did not like these things.
That's
Did not like them.
I wish I would have. Here's my note. I wish I would have seen this movie with my niece as well. I wanted to see the comparison.
Would have been good.
How would they react to this, and what would be the review? I'll talk to them and make them watch it and get there.
Okay.
We'll get back to
Promises, Tim.
that. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you on that one. Somebody needs to
Okay,
keep
Tim.
track of these my promises. I think there's
Yeah.
probably like 5 or 6. Well, Jacob is a listener now. You keep track of my
Yeah, he
promises.
should. He should just email it to us, and we can get his messages as, oh, anonymous fan asks and says such and such.
Yeah.
Oh, so other than Space Jam, I am very disappointed that people are hyped about this movie, I guess. I don't know
Space
why.
Jam?
Because we have 2 other Warner Brothers, like Looney Tunes and live action movies that, in my opinion, are better.
What are those?
Well, one is Roger Rabbit,
Yeah. Classic.
and the other is Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Oh, God. I've not. Oh, God. And we're going to get into this Brandon Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Oh, God. That's a topic for another time.
But it's directed by Joe Dante. He's great.
I think we may need to revisit that. I think that one's a weird one. I think I've seen only once as a
Huge
teenager.
failure.
Huge failure. It ended
Financially.
Brandon's career. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, it might have. Yeah, but it's so much more true to Looney Tunes.
I guess, but that's a proper Looney Tunes movie. Space Jam is something else.
True.
Space Jam is a merger.
Space Jam is an event.
Merger of Nike and Looney Tunes. Yeah, I think that's it. What did you think of?
Inspired me.
Yeah.
Because like every time Space Jam, after watching Space Jam, I would always be like, I want to make an animated movie, and I want the animation to look just as good as Space Jam. I don't know what it is, man. I watched it on that projector, on that 35 millimeter projector one day, and it just looked so good. It just looked. I don't want to say epic, but it looked like cinematic. It was something. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think I had the same feeling. I was like, what is this?
Not the new one.
It's 2D, but it's 3D. It's magic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I think that's it. Before we end, before we happy anniversary.
Yeah,
to
let's. Oh yeah, anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Let's just kind of fade out, and by that I mean like, okay, we talked about Space Jam. Let's just unwind.
Yeah. Did you like Loki?
Oh yeah, Loki. No, I didn't like the ending.
It's my favorite Marvel show. It's good. I love it.
Really?
I'm a big
Wow.
Doctor Who fan, but the good Doctor Who's, and this was very Doctor Who-ish, and I enjoyed
It's
it.
true. It was
A lot of talking, good stuff.
There's a lot of talking for sure.
A lot of talking, good stuff.
I was sucked into it with like the first episode, second episode, third episode, and then I really liked the one with all the different Lokis.
Mm-hmm.
Alligator Loki's the best.
It was like the Space Jam of Loki.
Yeah. And and old Loki's fantastic. I love the use of Ride of the Valkyrie when he was making that huge illusion.
Yeah.
For the big fart monster.
The big fault in the sky.
Yeah. And it was great seeing Loki again. But yeah, the ending I was just like, I can't believe this. We should have had a conclusion. We should have finished this.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry,
good.
spoilers.
It's a little bit of stinger at the end. It's good. He went through his
It's not a
emotional
stinger
journey
because it didn't
but
conclude anything.
Well, it concluded his emotional journey, but it didn't conclude the plot. It started the plot.
His emotional journey, like I liked watching it when I was watching it, but then thinking about it, this is 2012 Loki, my friend. This is not the Loki that took years and years to develop how he developed for Infinity War.
It's true, but I think there was a different.
I just yeah.
Yeah,
But did you feel like Loki?
No,
interrupting each
One
other.
of the starting the next podcast. No, I think the other Loki, the before Loki, his journey was more about his relationship with his brother and what that meant and family. I think this one was more personal about what he thinks of him, because in the end he didn't like kind of have a change of heart. It was really just about his brother and what his brother thought of him. And that kind of thing. This one's really like introspective. It was just because he was dealing with a bunch of alternatives himself. I mean, hell, he even fell in love with himself, technically.
Yeah.
So it was more about who he is as a person, like his introspective. So I thought it was like a different journey. So I think it was okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, you should go back.
Is this your favorite one from?
What?
Sorry, is this your favorite one from the shows?
So WandaVision, I need to rewatch that again because I think I had really high expectations because I did, you kind of watch the movies. And
that's because the first two, like 2, 3, 4 episodes were like really intriguing. I was really curious.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
It sets up a lot of stuff, and I think there's a lot of expectation of what it means. Kind of like I thought that the show how it was set up, it's going to have implications as Loki did to the whole universe, but it didn't. It was very local, so that was a little bit disappointing. Like you would think, like, oh, this is going to start up a new phase of she's going to be the catalyst of all this, but it's very like a small story. So I think it was disappointed in that, my expectations, and then
my expectations were ruined.
The Winter Soldier started, and it was like I liked how it started, but that one didn't go anywhere. So in retrospect, I was like, okay, I like WandaVision more. But then Loki was kind of like what I thought WandaVision was going to be.
Yeah, I liked Loki better because, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm a big, like, I think I'm going to rewatch WandaVision. I probably like it more once all is said and done. The expectation is
possibly
now gone. It's like, you can view it as it is. But yeah.
Good luck. Let's hear how you feel after that.
Well, let's feel how you hear. Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough for this. Space Jam soundtrack in stores
Space Jam.
now.
Let us know what your experience with Space Jam is.
Yeah, because for me it was apparently really big. Apparently.
I don't know. It's a weird vibe today, but I think we did it. I think we did it.
Yeah.
What?
I was just wondering if I got any other Space Jam things. Oh yeah, I really wanted Air Jordans, but I never got them. They were too expensive.
Never had Air Jordans either.
Nope.
Too expensive.
Nope. No Air Jordans for me.
No Air Jordans for you.
Air Jordans.
No Air Jordans for me.
He thought that he could probably jump higher with those Air Jordans, but
probably. You can pump them up.
Do we just fade out of the podcast,
I think we're fading now? Slowly. I think we're disappearing. Yeah. We're being
all right, bye.
Snapped.
See you next 2 weeks.
Yes.